Hello there from Bougher Guitars, Custom Guitars and Amplifiers in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And it is Sunday morning, well, Sunday-ish morning, noon, middle of the day, something like that. The time change has screwed up everything except for the cats. Got my brush of wisdom. Except for the cats. The cats don't care what time it is. They said food and they got me up and got me all screwed up. So breakfast was late. Waking up was late, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, happy Sunday to you all. And I was going to show you something real quick, just a little snippet, and then I'll add this onto some stuff later on. But when somebody used to say, boy, he's going to get reamed, I'm going to show you what they're talking about. That is what they're talking about right there. A hand reamer. A very sharp kind of thing that you can slice yourself on. But when you put the saddle on the guitar, the bridge saddle, you have to cut the holes tapered for those to hold the strings in there. Right there in the back of this, little holes like that. So in order to cut those, you can see those are just straight through holes there. But when you put a new one on there, you have to fill the old holes in the body and then re-drill them through the holes in the replacement bridge. And then you have to ream this like so with a hand reamer. And it's very tricky because if you're talking on a camera and not paying attention, you can get it wrong. So you got to be careful. But it goes in like that. And when you're done, if you can see it in the video, it will go in like so. So you can get it down there. It goes into the correct height, which makes it really difficult to get back out. But as you're reaming it, you can see that it won't go down all the way. You have to ream it until you match that conical shape of the pin that I can get in the camera there to the shape of the reamer, which are not the same angle. So you have to make sure that you don't go too far because it's very easy to get it wrong. So anyway, that's the hand reamer portion of it, but I can show you also, zoom in on that's the bridge saddle, the new one installed. And it's got a little bit of cleanup to do on it and finish hand reaming these bridge pin holes. And then I can cut the little slots that you see, these little slots like that. Those are just to guide the string as it comes out of the hole so it hits the bridge correctly. And then, back up here, and then strings. Imagine that. So I've already fixed all the braces, like I said, and I've replaced the pick guard and did a neck adjustment on it and all that kind of stuff. So now all it's waiting for is the bridge pins. Get that done and get everything lined up where it's supposed to be, put the bridge back in, and we'll be in business. So this thing will be playing this evening when I get back around it in the evening. This will be done, and I'll be able to get it back to Alex 2 weeks late from what I originally said it was going to be. But there it is with the hand-carved, handmade South American Patagonian Patagonian rosewood, not walnut, Patagonian rosewood hand-carved bridge. Something that I take pride in is hand carving pieces for these things, and they are literally done completely by hand. There's no, there's a Dremel tool and a couple things like that, but it's all manual. There's no CNC, nothing, and none of that stuff going on. Everything in my shop is dinosaur age. I'm not quite as high tech as some of the other shops that have CNC machines and they can just scan and reproduce a part. Mine are all done completely by hand. Everything is hand fitted, hand adjusted, all that kind of stuff. So that's hence the gray hair, all old school stuff. So anyways, thank you for taking a look at that, and you guys have a great Sunday. And I will, given the time change, try to keep my wits about me for the rest of the day and get this done and continue on with a few other things. So talk to you guys this evening. Bye.